Hello everyone, my name is Joshua and this is the 174th video on my video journal series. Today's date is Saturday the 1st of August 2026. How's everyone been? I've been pretty good, thank you. And today I went to the grocery store. I went to Aldi because I forgot to go to Aldi yesterday whilst I was in the city. And I still noticed they have no anchovy. Now mind you, I predominantly go to two Aldi stores, and the Aldi store I went today, I've been there multiple times. They still got no anchovy. And since my last update, I've been thinking, all right, well, obviously they're going to put a new product on the shelf or restock. No. And the thing is, though, that Coles and Woolies, they have anchovy, but sometimes, when I'm out and about, usually I'll have like an Aldi that's close to me. And I'm like, all right, I'll go in the Aldi, check what they have. If then they don't have what I'm looking for, I'm like, all right, now I have to make my way all the way to Coles and grab their anchovy. And the Coles anchovy is pretty nice, but I do miss the Aldi one. And I'm just surprised that even after all this time, there's still no anchovy. Now, mind you, I'm not like freaking out or anything, but um, it would mean that a lot more of my time would be spent going to grocery stores that are a little bit further out from where I live, just so that I can get anchovy. It's gone to the, I guess, point where I might have to stockpile anchovy to avoid too many trips. And honestly, if you live in Australia and if you live within close proximity to an Aldi store, if you shop at Aldi, I want you to go into the Aldi store and go to the fish aisle, whatever aisle your Aldi has anchovy in. It's usually the canned fish aisle. And I'd like you to take note to see if they have any anchovy. And please leave a comment down below. Mind you, this is just for Australia. I don't know about overseas, but yeah, it really is sort of confusing why they have sardines, mackerel, and I never ever seen anyone get sardines or mackerel before, or even oysters. But anchovy, I mean, sure, no one really touches anchovy apart from me, but it's just that one product where it's not available. All right, you got all these other products around it, then just an empty slot with a tag saying anchovy, and there is none. So yeah, if you're someone who works for Audi or Audi CEO, can you please inform me why there isn't any anchovy? If it's like a I guess supply chain issue, look, I wouldn't be like too fussed about it, but it is questioning me intensely why one of my favorite delicacies to have, something that I like to put in other dishes because I like its saltiness, isn't available. But anyway, I'll keep track of Aldi's anchovy stock. And yet again, though, next time I'm in this city, I'll stop by. I think Aldi Broadway will be the closest one near the CBD. I'll stop by there and I'll take a picture to see if they have any anchovy. I might post it. Keep like an anchovy tracker online. uh, but not for like I guess the general public because they wouldn't really be interested. It would just be for me, just to fix my paranoia that I have of having no anchovy. It reminds me of a Futurama episode where Fry, the main character, he obviously lives in the future, the 3000s, the year 3000, I think it is, and he's like, all right, no one in the future has anchovy. There's a whole episode where he like tries to bid on anchovy so he can put it on pizza because apparently in the year 3000 they don't have anchovy, at least in the Futurama universe. I don't know why. That's just one of the first things that pop into my mind whenever I think of anchovy. And obviously, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when they say no anchovy, or really like any sort of like pop culture piece from like the 80s or 90s. Whenever they feature like pizza, they say no anchovy. Whenever they're trying to order one, they explicitly state no anchovy. But I love anchovy. It's not for everyone, but I love it. and that's why I'm devastated that I cannot find it on Aldi store shelves. But anyway, I'm gonna close that book, or should I say, can of anchovies. I'm gonna put it right over there. And whilst I was actually in the shopping center, because this Audi I went to was in the shopping center, um, I actually went by the event cinemas, and it was packed. Mind you, I was not there to see a movie. Usually, whenever I go to the shops, I like to just to see and go inside different stores without, you know, without really buying anything. I don't really have the intent of always buying something whenever I go inside of a store. I just like to see, what's new, what's popular. And whenever I'm, you know, passing by the theaters, usually I'll just pop in and see what movies are on. Maybe there's something I'm interested. And yeah, it was packed. And I was like, wow, even for, the evening, I mean, granted, it is Saturday, but it was packed. A lot of people were waiting in the lobby and in the candy bar section. And mind you, event cinemas, if you want to pay a if you want to pay for a movie ticket using cash, you have to go up to the candy bar. And if you're obviously they got the mini like kiosks, but if you want to pay with cash, you got to go up to the candy bar section, and you got to wait like 20 minutes in line because yet again though the registers and the candy bar are the exact same counter. That's just something that also popped into my mind, when I saw it, because I know in other places, I know some independent movie theaters here in Sydney, they have like separate counters for tickets and the lollies and candy and drinks and all that, which I think is how it should be done. But anyway, that's my little rant out of the side. And yeah, it was. Point is, there was a lot of people, and then I was like, "Oh, why?" And then I looked on the kiosks, the thing I just mentioned earlier, the electronic kiosks, and I saw, oh yeah, there's a new Spider-Man movie out, A Brand New Day. That's what it's called. And I remember, it's been a while since I've watched a Spider-Man movie, but I remember watching that one that came out in 2019. I'm pretty sure. I forgot what it's called. I don't want to get my movies mixed up, but I remember that one. I think it was Spider-Man Homecoming or Far From Home, one of those two. And then I remember No Way Home. I think that one was a little bit later. And yeah, I quite like the Spider-Man movies. I might watch this one that just released in theaters, A Brand New Day. I don't know what the plot is. Or maybe I'll just wait a year and get on like a DVD or Blu-ray, so then I can make a video about it, because I don't like to review brand new movies as soon as they come out. I like to wait a bit. But yeah, so obviously, there's been a lot of hype for that movie. And apart from that, I mean, they still did, other movies as well. There's still like other movies on the sort of kiosk, but none of them really interested me. Um, and obviously, I haven't been keeping up with movies in a long time. I just pretty much see adverts on YouTube whenever new movies out, and I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. With Detective Conan, though, that was the last movie I watched in theaters. The Fallen Angel of the Highway, that's what it's called. And I remember seeing like, oh man, I can't even remember if I saw ads for that movie on YouTube. But yet again, though, it is sort of like a niche film, especially in comparison to something like Spider-Man. Um, and I'm glad I got to see that movie on the first day it sort of premiered. I wouldn't say premiere because it premiered at, Smash, which is an anime convention. I just saw it on the same day as it was shown at Smash, except I wasn't at Smash. I was at Event Cinemas because they did a sort of, well, what would you call it if a movie's because premiere would indicate that first time showing this movie in Australia. I guess it would be like a second premiere on the same day. All right, maybe that would be a more appropriate term. But anyway, yeah, that was the last movie I watched. You can watch my video on that. I did a whole video of that around 3 weeks ago. Basically, my emotions throughout that movie, throughout Detective Conan, Fallen Angel of the Highway. And yeah, like I said, if we're getting back on track here, I'd like to watch that brand new Spider-Man movie, A Brand New Day. And I don't know how many more Spider-Man movies they're gonna make. Really, the actor Tom Holland, I think he's nearing 30, but he still looks pretty young. So good on him. But it'll be interesting, who's gonna be the next Spider-Man, or if they're gonna still make Spider-Man movies. I'm not quite sure. And yeah, obviously the shopping center was packed though, and usually I don't really do well with crowds. I like to go during like the sort of off-peak um, hours because I always just find myself constantly bumping into other people whilst I'm at the shops, um, and I've noticed they even on Saturdays, yeah, it gets quite packed, it gets quite busy, and the Audis as well, because I bought some tuna meals from Audi, and yeah, it was quite a long line even for self serve. And I know some Audis I've been to, they have the self serve option, but then there's other Audis which still have, um, you know, the person ringing you up for the items, which is a nice thing. You get to speak to someone. But what if I just want to buy a Coke and I'm stuck behind someone doing a full grocery shop? So obviously, self serve Audi, it is a nice feature, and I think the one in Broadway, the one I mentioned earlier, I think that one has no self serve machines. It's just purely human interaction. Because I remember one time, I think this was would have been a couple of months ago. I just wanted to buy like a sort of microwave meal, and then I was like, oh, no self server right now. I just gotta wait for this person in front of me to do a full shop, and then just my little one microwave meal. But the staff are friendly at Audi, so I'm nothing to really complain about other than just time. I can most probably close that book about Audi and really just the shops in general. And what else has been happening in my life? Not much. Yet again, no. I do have something planned for tomorrow because the person who I'm going out with reminded me today of it. It was something that we were supposed to do last week, and he had to call it off because they were unavailable. So it's been rescheduled to tomorrow. It's going to be another pub outing. I know I would have been to the pub twice this week. But yeah, I'm going out with this person to the pub. It is a friend of mine. And yeah, it'll be a very nice experience. And, it'll be a nice way to sort of. I know I said Sundays are the beginning of the week, but I like to just view it as a day zero. So it'll be a nice way to, conclude or begin, depending on how you view it, the week. I guess conclude the week before you go to the pub, or maybe conclude it after you had a few beers and something to eat because you don't want to start, I guess, the week with you being intoxicated. Not that I get intoxicated at pubs anyway, but it'll be a nice sort of send off to the work that I've done since Monday, and then after the pub outing, mind you, it'll be like dark outside, but it'll get me prepped for tomorrow. The day after, sorry, which will be Monday. And obviously, I designed my university schedule, so I have nothing on Monday. Then Tuesday is going to be the packed day. So yeah, that's pretty much the forecast. My sort of um, forecast for the next couple of days in terms of my life. But yet again, my life's so unpredictable that things are always bound to change at the last minute. And yeah, I can most probably close that book. And what else do I want to talk about? Unless that might be it. Oh yes, and I guess on my main channel as well. One last thing, on my main channel, which I've changed the handle to be youtube.com/ at not the PM. It used to be Aussie Prime Minister, and I think that one still works for now, but I changed it to not the PM, so it's NOTTHEPM. That's my official YouTube handle for my main page, and that's where I post all my city videos and all that other animation stuff. I used to make Flipnote animations, just in case you're wondering. I don't think I'll do it anymore, but you never know. And yeah, and I've been thinking, what if I just actually have like a consistent schedule? Because I often find that on my main channel, I upload maybe 3 videos like in close proximity towards each other, like maybe one a day for 3 days, and then a week I don't upload anything, and then a month passes by, then I upload another video. So I've been thinking about maybe just uploading a video every like Sunday or once a week. Keep some sort of order in place, some form of a schedule. And obviously, this video journal series is pretty much the only like scheduled thing I have when it comes to, I guess, uploading videos. But I've been thinking about doing that on my main channel, maybe just video releases on Sunday, at least in terms of, I guess, Australia time, when it's Sunday over here in Australia. And that way, I guess, people are like, all right, Sunday, it's time to watch, what Josh has released on his main channel. It's just going to be the same old shots of Circular Quay and Town Hall and all those places I go to the city. And trust me, I'm trying to make my Sydney a work in progress project more interesting. I want to capture lots of areas around Sydney. It's just, I'm quite limited to, um, my availability, and I'll try to do interesting things over the holidays. I'll try going back to the Blue Mountains again, or going to southwest Sydney, northern Sydney, maybe Manly area. I'll be trying to keep it interesting, all right? But yeah, so I guess stay tuned for what's coming on this channel and what's coming on my main channel. But apart from that, yeah, and obviously, I'm still a little bit preoccupied with university work, but I'm always trying to find something interesting to discuss and to keep my life interesting. Anyway, I guess that's all I have to say, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Take care, and yeah, I'll see you again tomorrow. I really hate how I end these videos. I just say tomorrow too much. It makes me feel pedantic. But yeah, I'll catch you all guys and everyone tomorrow. Take care. Stay cool.